Anime video games are like potato chips. What does that even mean is probably your initial reaction to that statement, which is absolutely fair. That is a wild thesis to have. Let me explain my thought process real quick. Potato chips are junk food. They're not particularly good for you. They're not the tastiest or most filling thing either. Hell, they're not even the best thing you can make with potatoes. However, they're cheap, easy to eat, and come in a variety of different flavors and cooking styles. You got plain, you got salt and vinegar, sour cream, baked, kettle cooked, chicken and waffles if you're a fucking weirdo. Why was that a thing? Why did Lay's allow that to happen? Why was that the flavor that won the fan submission contest? There is something for everyone in the chip aisle. And even if a party or a collection of friends or an event, why did I describe a party like that? Even if a party has a flavor of chips that you don't really like or don't necessarily think are your favorite, you're most likely gonna eat them. Because 1, they're chips, 2, you're a fat ass, and 3, the true value of chips is how easily they please a crowd. They're one of the easiest default snacks that you could bring to the function. It really is that simple. And the reason that basically any chip is an easy crowd pleaser is because they all have the same essential elements that people like. They're salty, they're crunchy, they're portable, they're easy to eat. Like it's so easy to please a crowd with these. Even if they're fucking chicken and waffles chips, they're probably gonna be gone by the end of the function. Now at this point, you're probably wondering, what does this even have to do with anime video games? Well, anime video games are a lot like potato chips. They're not the most well-made games, they don't have the highest budgets, they're far from the best games you could be playing or buying, and they're definitely not the best thing you could be spending your money on right now. However, these games were easily accessible. They tended to be cheaper than the other games around them. And even if they weren't great, they were filled with so much fan service, they almost always pleased the crowds that they were targeting. And of course, they always came in a variety of different genres, so there was always something to play based on some anime you liked in some video game genre you liked. Or at least it's how it used to be. Yup, this is an old man yells at cloud video. Hey, get ready, dude. It's happening. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Back when I was a kid, there at the very least seemed to be a litany of different types of anime games in different varieties of genres. Probably because it was in the middle of the Shonen Jump Big 3 era, so they were trying to get as many kids onto anime and manga as possible, which also, due to how popular those 3 animes, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, and of course Dragon Ball Z before that were, they were also importing as many of these games as possible. But man, there were platformers, action RPGs, turn-based RPGs, strategy RPGs, adventure action games like Afro Samurai, the greatest anime video game ever created. Well, it might be second only to a specific game, but we'll talk about that later. I already made a video about it. Don't watch it, it's old. Just play the Afro Samurai video game. It has a better ending than both the show and the movie, and I'll stand by that. Mario Party-like clone games like One Piece Pirates Carnival, a game we played way too fucking much as children. That shit was peak. This shit was peak 10 out of 10, dude. 10 out of 10. And of course, the litany of fighting game clones. From Smash Brothers clones, to Tekken clones, to Street Fighter clones, to Fatal Fury and Samurai Showdown clones. What the fuck? What? I just realized this Bleach game was ripping off both of those games. I played all of these. Wait a second. This Bleach game was a Smash Brothers and Fatal Fury clone. What the fuck? I forgot about that foreground and background shit. What in the world? Basically, there was a whole swath of video games to pick from, dude. Regardless of what fan base you were in, regardless of what genre you wanted to play, there was something, bro. There was something at the EB Games. There was something at the Electronics Boutique, at the Radio Shack. Put your hand in the barrel of junk and see if you pick out gold. It wasn't. I mean, if it was a 7 out of 10, that was basically gold at the time. I mean, One Piece Pirates Carnival, I love that game. That shit was like a 3 out of 10. Now, were any of these games particularly good if they weren't named Dragon Ball Z, Budokai 2 or 3? Not really, but they were fun. They were accessible. They were cheaper than most games coming out. And these games especially easily pleased the crowd, especially at a party. Just a pure potato chip genre, dog. Just put the bowl of mid in front of me and let me drown myself in salt and probably old oil. However, recently, and by recently I mean within like the last 15 years, so not like recent at all. Recently, it seems like the variety of chips that we're allowed to pick from has gone down drastically. We've gone from kettle cooked salt and vinegar and flaming hot Ruffles to nothing more than just Pringles. And while Pringles aren't bad and have their own flavors as well, that's all we're getting. All we're getting is Pringles right now. I mean, a Pringle is barely a chip. It's like a fried potato paste. It's barely a chip. And the reason this happened is actually because of one of the greatest anime video games ever crafted that came out in 2007 and is known as Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. Yup, here we go. This is just an elaborate way for me to complain about Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. But before I start complaining, boy, let me tell you, when this game dropped, everybody's mind was blown. You didn't even have to be an anime fan to see how fucking dope this game was. The animation, the music, the feedback from the combos, the actual impact of the hits, the amazing summary of the Naruto story at this point. This shit was amazing. And most importantly, it was objectively a good game. This was a game that was getting 7.5s, 8s, 8.5s. This shit is like a fucking 11 out of 10 for an anime video games fan. And what's even crazier is that it was immediately outdone by a game that was released in 2010 known as Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. Holy shit. Holy shit. Everything I said about the first one, just multiply it by Y and then cube it by X, nigga. Like, this shit, raise it to the power of E and fucking multiply it by infinity. Multiply that shit by infinity over infinity, nigga. What? Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 not only condensed the Shippuden story to where it was easily digestible all the way up to the pain arc, but it also expanded on certain fights that were considered underwhelming in the anime. Like, in my opinion, still to this day, the Ultimate Ninja Storm games in general are kind of the best way to digest and get the entire Naruto story. Like, I stand by that too. These games are fire. The game was faster, it hit harder, it looked cooler. It was, man, this game fucks. This game gets pussy. What does that even mean? These games are fundamentally amazing. Do not get it twisted. However, they absolutely cooked the potato chip comfort food genre. They absolutely cooked it. It is dead. And that's basically because every CEO, every suit, every business, everybody wanted their next fucking game to be Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, but nobody actually wanted to invest the actual talent and the time and the effort and you know, the money that it takes to actually pull something like Ninja Storm 2 off. Everybody wanted to chase that ultimate ninja fungible token, and now Jumpstars is fucking dead. One of the greatest Smash Brothers clones of all time. One of the greatest anime video games ever made. Jumpstars Ultimate Plus or whatever for the DS. That shit blew my mind when I was little. That shit still blows my mind now. Gone. Never coming back because of Ultimate Ninja fungible tokens, dude. This shit sucks. Y'all remember that My Hero Academia game? No, you don't. Do you remember that it had a sequel? Absolutely not. You were like, there was a My Hero Academia game? Yeah, exactly. Put up gameplay from both right now. Which one's the first one? Which one's the sequel? I lied. This is the third one. I lied again. There is no third one. This is the second one. I lied again. This is the first one. I lied again. This is Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 with mods. Exactly, dude, exactly. So it turns out I lied again accidentally, because while I was editing this, they did release a trailer for My Hero 1 Justice 3. So, you know, not only are these games bad, they ruined my fucking joke. You ruined anime games. Give it up for fuckface, everyone. Y'all remember that One Punch Man game? No, you don't. Y'all remember that Bleach 3D Arena Fighter that's supposed to be coming out soon? It's out already. It already dropped. I didn't even know it dropped until I started making this video. It's out. It's out already. Man, fuck. Hunter x Hunter fighting game. Hunter x Hunter fighting game. You know, a series with one of the most deep fucking power systems that would be very easy to make even a 6 out of 10 RPG based off of it. Hunter x Hunter fighting game. Fuck me. In stark contrast to when I was a child, everything now is either Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 but worse, or gambling. That's all you get. Now, there have been some bright spots more recently in the last 15 years. Of course, we got Dragon Ball FighterZ One Piece still made One Piece Pirate Warriors and also that weird Persona game. Demon Slayer dropped not one, but 2 Mario Party clones. I'm definitely buying them shits. And Dragon Ball Kakarot was pretty fun. It was almost like a Legacy of Goku game in 3D, even though I still kind of like Legacy of Goku more, but that's actual bias. That's like actual nostalgia. I played that game when I was like 7. There's no way I'm coming back from that. That's one of the first video games I ever beat. Like, that's never leaving my hippocampus, dude. I'm sorry. But of course, how could I finish a list like this without talking about the diamond in the rough, the creme de la creme, the one highlight from all 2010s anime video games? Yes, we are talking about Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise is quite literally everything an anime video game should be. It's fast, it's fun, it doesn't overstay its welcome. I think it's like 20 to 40 hours if you want to do all the extra things. It borrows a shit ton of mechanics from other way more popular games and then jigsaws them together and then puts them inside the world of Fist of the North Star and comes out with something that is pretty damn good. It respects the source material and then takes from the original plot and remixes it in order to justify introducing mechanics into the game and justify the open world that the game takes place in. You want Kenshiro in a car? You're gonna have to justify putting Kenshiro in a car, and they did. This game is quite literally what every anime game should be. They fucking tried. Did they make the greatest video game of all time? No. But they took a bunch of interesting mechanics, put it into an interesting world, which most anime universes are, and came out with a pretty damn good game and an excellent anime game. A game that serves both people that enjoy playing video games and the fans of the series. Like, this is what we should have. Why is there not more of this? But everybody just wants to chase Ultimate Ninja NFTs, dude. And I get it, but it kind of fucking sucks. But like, where's the modern Dragon Ball Advance Adventure? You know what I mean? Where's the modern Afro Samurai the video game? Where's the modern Fullmetal Alchemist 2003 PS2 game? Where's the creativity in the clones? Where's the sauce? Like, say what you want about the clones back in the day, but at least they attempted to put some sauce in them. Nowadays, the clones are just heartless. These shits might as well have been fucking generated by AI, dude. Like, this shit has no heart. No soul. Legacy of Goku 2 isn't a great game, but it's got some fucking sauce. Somebody put in some effort somewhere. Dragon Ball Advance Adventure isn't the best Game Boy Advance game. You know, it's not the best platformer ever made, but it had sauce, dude. They put in a whole multiplayer Dragon Ball Budokai fighting game mode for no reason, just because they thought it'd be fun. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, that game didn't need that. It already had all the platforming shit. It already had Goku in it, but they put it in because it was like, Dragon Ball Budokai's popular. Why don't we try to do this on Game Boy Advance? Let's see if we could add a little bit of more sauce. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we could add a little bit more seasoning. Where is that? Where's the drive? And what makes it especially depressing is that now there's so many new subgenres of game just ripe for the cloning. Ripe for the 6 out of 10 with sauce, dude. I'm telling you. Imagine, if you will, a God of War style Hunter x Hunter RPG, or a DMC style Jujutsu Kaisen game, or a Batman Arkham City style My Hero Academia game. Like, come on, dude. Come on. Look me in my metaphysical eyes and tell me that shit wouldn't be fire, even if it was like a 5 or 6 out of 10. You're lying. You're lying, dude. There's just so much untapped potential in the potato chip genre space. Like, what are we doing, y'all? I mean, I know what we're doing. We're listening to the suits that want to make millions and skillions of dollars, but aren't going to because these games die in 2 months. But they're so cheap to make that they don't even really take a loss on it. So they try again in a year and a half just to have a game that dies in 2 months again, you know? But like I said before, there's some hope. You know, the kids that grew up in the potato chip era are probably becoming devs at this point. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's just mostly doom and gloom. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't intend to make this video with the idea of things were better back in my day. I've just been burned. I've just been burned by the genre for a while. And it's one of my favorite classes or I guess the subclasses of video game. Like I love the potato chip genre, dude. I love the C+B- game. I love it. That's why I made a whole video on Dragon Ball Advance Adventure already. And in reality, I know the talent's there. There's signs of life. There have always been signs of life, a few sparks of hope. We're getting Marvel Tokon Battle. Like, that shit might actually help revive the anime genre in a sense. At least then people will be driven to clone that versus a 3D arena fighter again. And in reality, I think it was just the Hunter x Hunter game that pushed me over the edge and like actually got me to fucking sit down and record this, because I've had this script for a while. What are we doing? Hunter x Hunter fighting game? Hunter x Hunter fighting game? Come on. It's, the RPG shit is right there, dude. Just even a shitty Metroidvania. Come on, give me something, bro. What are we doing? Hunter x Hunter fighting game? Really? Why?